We'll have Coach Raiola next. And Coach Dvorak's here, and we'll be after Donovan. So go ahead with your questions, guys.
Hey, Coach, it's been a couple of months since you decided to stay on and everything. But what were those conversations, those initial ones, with Coach Rule like about why he wanted you to stay and why you decided to stay?
It's just, first of all, I'm just grateful for this opportunity, to work with Coach Rule and the staff. It's been awesome. It's a great group of men, and it's a great group of men for me to learn from. And it was good, we just talked about philosophies and our beliefs and all those things, and we meshed well, and it was awesome. It was great talks.
Was it a decision for you? I mean, characterize it. Was it a difficult decision, or was it an easy decision?
Not at all. This is a special place to me, and my family. So, and then being around these men, Coach Rule and his staff. I mean, it was a no-brainer for me.
One of the things Coach Rule said was when he talked to players, they all were favorable about the job you'd done and what you meant to them. What did that mean to you to have that feedback from the guys you've worked with?
First thought was, let's keep improving. Improve our standards. Just everything that we do. Our process and everything we do is just focus on improvement.
Donovan, had you been through a situation like that in your career where there was a change and you had kind of a period of uncertainty and went through what it was like for you in December? Anything that you were able to lean on with your upbringing and coaching that helped you in that time?
A couple years ago in Chicago, the offensive line coach got let go, and he was the guy that brought me in there. And there's that day, it was just one day and then later in the day I found out. But that was really the only experience I've been through. My thing was just keep going to work, keep showing up, keep doing what I'm doing, and everything worked out great.
Satterfield talked about how you two jived immediately. Why do you think that was? Why do you think you guys were on the same page so quickly?
It was just the same beliefs.
Coach Raiola, you brought in Ben Scott, someone that you had a relationship with. What did you like about Ben, and what can he bring to your group that you have coming back?
He has a lot of experience playing at a high level, and he's doing well. Since he's been here, he's a smart kid, and then he's still learning our standards, but he's been great for us, as an older guy that's got a lot of playing experience, and then everyone around him just accepted him, which made the transition better for him.
How do you feel like your O-line played last year, and then what are your expectations for this year?
I thought as the year went on, they improved every game, which is, being an offensive lineman, it's such a process, right? You got a new coach, new techniques, new calls, all those different things. And as you watch the season go on, they got better and better and better. And that's all we're focused on. We're focused on today, focusing on our process of improvement, and that's what we're going forward with.
How much could it help? Does it help at all that this is your second year with these guys? Is that something that can help?
Yes, absolutely.
How so? How does that help?
The same voice, they're hearing the same voice, the same coaching points over and over and over and over. And, when they get out there, the game's so fast that it just simplifies their thoughts so they can play fast.
When you went to find Ben, or when you brought him in here to recruit him, was it specifically to find a center? I know he's played tackle and center, but speak to the importance of having a center to be able to build that line around, and was that the intention all the way with him?
Well, first off, with the center question, that's a special position. That's a specialized position, right? You're the brains. You set everybody. You make sure everyone's on the same page, right? You're looking for a guy that's a natural leader, that's willing to get up there and communicate well and make sure everyone's on the same page. And that's a special position to me. That's the position I played. Just Ben's experience, we don't know where he's going to play yet, but he's doing a great job with, whatever we throw at him.
What's maybe a common trait among those four Nebraska offensive linemen that you just signed back in December?
Toughness.
character thing that you're looking for, and how do you evaluate it? How do you find toughness how do you know you see toughness?
Just the whole process of the recruiting, right? Like you watch the film, right? How hard they play, and then you figure out when you get around them and their families, right? What their beliefs are, right? And just their demeanor about how they go about their business.
What does it mean to have Nuri back?
It's going to be great. It's great for the whole unit. Everyone's working hard and working together, and I'm excited to watch their improvement.
Did you get to work with him at all? I mean, obviously you couldn't be a part of games, but what was your exposure to him last year while he was out?
He came to all the meetings.
How interchangeable is Turner Corcoran? I mean, what can you envision for him this year? A guy that could maybe play just about anywhere for you.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you can play outside at tackle or guard, right? So it's always good, but we work all those guys in different spots just so, they're preparing, who knows, right? Last year was pretty interesting, right? So we just work them, on the left side, right side, so they're working on different stances, different types of movements. The left side obviously is different than the right side a little bit, right? It's great having guys like that, that hey, something happens, he can move here or there. And that's what you try to build, right? Every guy should be, in that. Now, center's a little different, but, every guy should be able to play tackle, guard, or center, right? So that's what, when we go through this process, we're working them all over the line.
With Teddy out for the spring recovering stuff, who do you plan to kind of use at left tackle? Would it be Turner or would it be some other guys at left tackle?
Yeah, we're working through that right now. Turner, we can throw Bryce over there. We can throw other guys out there, right? So Nuri could go out there. We're still figuring all those things out. There's nothing set in stone right now, so.
Did I hear you right? You said Ben Scott not necessarily earmarked for center?
Yeah, we're just seeing who the best five is right now, and we'll figure that out once we get our pads on and all those things. But, we're just focusing on the work that we're doing right now.
Who would you look at center besides Scott? Who's the clubhouse leaders there?
There's no clubhouse leader yet. There's Ethan Piper can play center. Turner's a guy that we could play at center. There's some other guys out there that we could work at center as well. So.
How would you describe Coach Rule? How would you describe his leadership style and how you've met him?
He holds everyone accountable. And what to expect when you show up to work. Be on top of your things. Do your job. And he's been great. I'm thankful to be, offensive line coach under Coach Rule.
How much, when you talk about accountability when it comes to recruiting, what maybe is the vibe there that he's either similar or different to what you worked with before?
I think everything's just it's always pretty similar, but I think just making sure, right, everything's being recorded, right. You're taking good notes and making sure you have good notes on wherever you go and certain players. So.
How have you seen Teddy, stay engaged and work through, back-to-back seasons with tough injuries, and just what you've seen behind the scenes from him, even if he's not quite available yet?
Teddy's one of the best teammates I've seen. He's just a great person, and all our guys are like that in that room. And I'm thankful for that. But he's been in every meeting. He didn't miss. And he's just been doing a good job staying engaged. It's hard. You go through those things, and as a young guy, right, you can think of different things that could sway you from not showing up every day. And Teddy, and he's engaged to the point where he's helping guys out and coaching guys up. So.
How do you feel about your numbers overall? Just the guys you have in the program at the position group, and Coach Rule, I think the last time we talked to him mentioned probably still needing some more at O-line.
Yeah, you always look for good offensive linemen.
One, two more. Did you require Nuri to be at those meetings, or is that just something he did on his own?
It's just a standard.
What have you learned about transfer portal recruiting after the last 2 years of doing it?
Do a lot of research.
On Jason Machachak, he was kind of a late scholarship offer, but you had built a relationship with him over time. How did that relationship maybe come into being a scholarship offer, and was that something that that you felt like you could do once Rule became the head coach? Like, did you want to offer him, long before you offered him, or how did that all kind of work out?
You know, Jason is a type of player that, you know, that you love in this place, right? He's a tough kid, strong, loves football, right? So when that opportunity came up, you know, we attacked it.
Did you feel like you had to get approval from Coach Rule, or did you?
It was a whole full staff, deal.
So is that, follow up on that, is that your guy? Is Jason your guy? And Mason Goldman too, those guys are kind of listed both ways, offense, defense.
It's
Are
our
you-
guys.
Yeah. Do you expect to have those guys day one on offense?
I'm not sure.
All good?
Thanks, guys.
All right.